My call sign is Tourist, and I am a company commander. This is a very specific work. The company commander, in principle, must possess many skills, both in the military sphere and in moral and psychological terms. Now we have a situation where there are many mobilized fighters, people from different walks of life, with different life experiences, different ages, different religions, beliefs, etc., arrive at the unit. You need to find your own approach to each of these people.
Слово. Як ощущення до війни?
Та ну я нахуй, я вже хочу додому, блядь, нормально живе.
Дивіться, ото в нас докін з РПГ піздець їбаше.
Реально, блядь, нахуй?
Дивіться,
Ти, блядь,
то наш
досить
командир.
знімає.
Дивіться, блядь, як ми живемо, як ми їбашимо. Дивіться,
Дивіться.
Дивіться.
Нормально.
Ще хто там хотів 100 тисяч, дивіться
Броня,
нахуй.
приїжджайте, в нас робота не пильна, трошки в болоті.
It's necessary to work with people not at the moment when the problem itself appears, but it's necessary to work with them purposefully every day. You just need to communicate both during training and between training sessions. Arrange team building, some evenings where you communicate with the personnel, informally find out some moments, family problems, what they did before the army, what they were interested in, what are their hobbies, and what from these can cause problems or unstable moral.
Криво, готовий? Так. Контакт на 6.
Трудовые будни. Фу. НГУ сила.
І так, пост здали? Да? Здали пост? Пост здали. Ідемо на відпочинок.
The people who come here are worthy of admiration every day. Some of them had military experience, some did not. Regardless of this, the tasks they perform with such enthusiasm, with such zeal that it's simply admirable. I will tell you about the last tasks where we suffered the greatest losses, on which people died. There are missing people, there are prisoners of war. We held the extreme closest position to the enemy. It was clear that an assault was coming and these guys could try to withdraw. But their last words on the walkie-talkie were, "This is our land and we have nowhere to retreat." That is, the people stood to the last, they did not back down, they fulfilled their duty as a soldier, as a man, as a simple person, as a citizen, honestly and to the end. There were many interesting cases in Khromovo. It was, in general, a very difficult point. It was in the past before this rotation, and there was not much territory left under our control. Literally 800 meters. We already shared the line of trenches with the enemy. I was still a platoon commander then. Our platoon went there, and the task was to go to a point from where we could never return. Everything was extremely difficult there. First, it was necessary to hold those 800 meters, and secondly, to give the neighboring units the opportunity to the task. There was not a single person who refused to complete the task, although everyone clearly understood what was waiting for us there. I am proud of absolutely every one of them. Everyone in one way or another performed his task to the limit of his capabilities. I had a very cool combat medic there, his call sign was Tang. Unfortunately, it was in Khromovo that he died from a direct hit of a 122mm shell in the dugout. But by the time he died, he had saved many lives. He evacuated many wounded from our and neighboring units. He helped the guys from military intelligence and the Foreign Legion and other units that were there. He saved about 60 people during the time.
Добрий ранок, Україна.
Отак ми коротаємо зимні вечори, тобто останній день зими, да, там? Наші такі умови скромні, можна так сказати, спартанські.
У каміна.
У каміна, да.
Кому що? Цьому люльку покурить.
Everything was extremely difficult there. The enemy's artillery worked 24/7, worked very accurately. The hits were not just somewhere on the fortification, but flew right into the trenches. The only salvation was the holes we dug. Climb into a hole in the wall and wait for the artillery fire. There were a lot of dead bodies there. This is the smell, of course, and it puts pressure on you morally when you walk next to your fellow dead. Even under these circumstances, everyone was in a fighting mood. When I asked about the situation at some positions, what should be brought to them, perhaps some ammunition, for the mood they answered Americano with milk, preferably 2 spoons of sugar.
Тан, розкажи ще якийсь анекдот.
На какую тему?
На какую тему? Про ежика.
Про ежика? Лось выходит на полянку в лесу, и по ней бегает ежик. Туда-сюда пробежал, и такой, кайф. Опять туда-сюда пробежал, кайф. Лось говорит, блядь, в чем прикол? А ты, говорит, попробуй, туда-сюда пробегись. Лось пробежался, блядь, все спотел, говорит, ничего не понял. А ты еще? Он еще раз пробежался, устал, говорит, ни хера не пойму. Он, я понял, тебе же травкой животик не щекотит.
Вот так ми живемо.
There were quite a lot of different situations. The medic and I went to the extreme point to see what the boys were doing there and to bring some ammunition. The enemy began shelling us. The burrows were at a considerable distance, so we could no longer communicate. The maximum you could shout after the arrival of the projectile, whether we are alive, whether everything is fine, with everyone. In my hole was our fallen comrade from the armed forces. While I was sitting from him in the hole for 40 minutes, I turned him towards me and talked to him a little. A very cool interlocutor. He doesn't argue about anything, doesn't object. There are such moments. Probably from the point of view of a civilian it seems trashy, but at the front it's normal. In order to survive, it's necessary to perceive and accept both life and death, very simply. Then everything will fall into place. Then work becomes much easier.
І, в общем-то, що там відбувається, як буде проходити заміна позицій, коли ми зможемо відновити зв'язок, і що нас чекає на сьогоднішній вечір. Так, справедливість, значить зв'язок буде відновлено. Бентаклі, понятно. 44-ту точку ми віджимаємо назад. М'ячі. Буде бій. І жезло, значить, ми точно цей бій виграємо.
I communicate with many units that fight in different directions. It's necessary to understand that the counterattack doesn't have a template. It doesn't always turn out the way we planned. Yes, sometimes things don't work out. Somewhere it was not possible to take some positions, but the counteroffensive continues. Sophisticated experts who have never been on the battlefield have little understanding of how it works on the battlefield. For example, if I have a task to capture a point by 6 p.m., I cannot guarantee that I will do it by the specified time. It's possible that there are conditions in place at all, due to which the attack must be postponed to the next day. And that's just on a local scale. When we talk about large scales, it stretches in time, forces and means. In my humble opinion, as the company commander, the counteroffensive, although not at the pace we wish, is proceeding quite confidently.
Теплак якогось хера перестав працювати.
І треба щось пекати. Може батарейки поміняти?
А, пекач теж перестав працювати.
Та й кидав гру.
I always try to explain to people that the sooner the war ends with our victory, the sooner everyone will return to their families. We all know what happened in Bucha, Irpin, Izum, and other cities of Ukraine that were captured by the Russian army. We all came here, put on military uniforms, and took an oath to the Ukrainian people. It's not just clothes, it's not just work, we took responsibility for the lives of civilians. First of all, everyone has relatives and close people, wife, child, father, mother, brother, friends. There are values they cherish. In order for these values to be preserved, for our loved ones to live in peace, we need to end the war here and now. Secondly, many of our friends with whom we went through difficult life situations have been killed. They gave the most valuable thing, their lives. They didn't back down, they fulfilled their duty to the end. For myself, when I say goodbye to fallen comrades, I promise them that I will be worthy of their sacrifice. I try to explain this to my people. We cannot afford to let our brothers die in vain. We will hold on, and we will endure. Glory to Ukraine!